So, for those of you that have seen people asking for timeouts in chat, the reason people ask for timeouts is because of people like I just banned who come in here and complain about getting timed out. Like one of their basic human rights has been stepped on because they broke the rules of Twitch chat and got a 10-minute break. They've been critically wronged in some manner. All right, anywho. Mono Red Steam-Kin, this is a deck we've played on stream before a number of times. It's powered by Guttersnipe, Electrostatic Field, and Runaway Steam-Kin. We're gonna run some nerds down. This deck generates sweet games of Magic. It draws lots of cards in a red deck, which is unique for a red deck. There's a lot of red cantrips in the standard format, aren't there? What's going on, Duo? It's the responsibility of the streamer to create a community they want to be a part of. Timing people out who interfere with the community they're trying to create is the right thing to do. I agree. I agree. This is fine. So, like, we have 4 lands, which is, like, a little much, but we've got Tormenting Voice in the opener, right? So we're gonna get to turn one of these lands into a spell, hopefully. It's just been a slaughter in chat since we started making fun of the people that are upset about timeouts. God bless y'all. My poor creatures, chat. I loved them. I loved those creatures. Alright, cast Boros Charm. I think I'm just striking this. I'm gonna start with Tormenting Voice on here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and strike this. I'll probably just cast Arclight Phoenix next turn. I'm gonna hold on to the land for now to use it to jumpstart Risk Factor. Gift of Paradise. That's a rough one for us. It's ramp that gains them 3. It's like ramp plus like double time walk. Vivian, rude.
Every fight makes me stronger. Get that out of here.
Get that out of here. Oh, cancel this. I want a Warlord's Fury first because I could draw Phoenix. Guttersnipe. Unfortunately, Guttersnipe. I need to get this Vivian off the table. So let's shock her, and then we'll attack them with the bird for 3.
I've seen squirrels hit harder.
Boop. Boop him on the nose. That's a big dumb dino. I think we're actually in an okay position to race this at the moment. In your experience, does deck have an advantage against Phoenix? I don't know. I feel like if you see an appropriate number of Lava Coils with this build, you're probably ahead. Sure. So this shock will do 5, and this will do 3, potentially. Perfect. Gargo! Smush. So they had some good early removal there, but they stumbled just long enough that we were able to pull through. This definitely seems like a fight with fire matchup. They have 5/5 hasty dinos. What do I want to trim? Maybe it's just shock? It could just be shock, right? One mana spells are nice, but I think fight with fire is more important here. There's a good chance they have the 4/4 dino that gives all your other dinos haste. Yeah, I agree. I think it was fortunate for us that Chuck was good there. The Crucible of Worlds animation is really good. It's quite fantastic. If you haven't watched the Teamer Ramp video from yesterday, it's probably worth watching the Teamer Ramp video just to see the Crucible of Worlds animation. Why Vance in the side when there's Frenzy? So if you look at this deck list, this deck has a bunch of cards that draw cards in it, and playing a bunch of cards off the top of your deck that draw cards with them when Experimental Frenzy's in play is not particularly good. Yeah, Crucible got reprinted in 2019, I believe. It just isn't relevant in Standard, really, so it doesn't get played. This hand has a bunch of cantrips in it, so we're gonna go ahead and keep. Alright, so really want to hit the mountain next turn so we can play Electrostatic Field before casting these. Just nothing but professionalism on this stream. What you got? What on God's green earth is that? Can't be blocked by more than one creature. When this is dealt damage, put that many 1/1 counters on it. I mean, this just blocks for free, right? I'm just gonna do this and then crash through. Believe it or not, as a responsible adult with a family, I communicate with my wife when I make decisions like streaming on Thanksgiving. So, I'm actually not going to block this because I'd prefer to not lose my thing to a lightning strike. So, my wife is perfectly fine with me streaming today because that's what we talked about. Communication. To be fair, based on how many people hate judges, you know, communication is something that's not their strong suit. Man, our next turn's gonna be sick if we get to untap with this board. Gonna be very disgusting. We get to risk factor, Runaway Steam-Kin, risk factor, ditch the Arclight Phoenix. Yeah, come at me. Yeah, so I get to do this. So I get to do this. And then I have double lightning strike, so I can go strike, Warlord's Fury, risk factor again. Yeah, they should be dead here, right? God, this deck is so sick when it gets going. So we get to go strike them, Warlord's Fury, hit the Runaway Steam-Kin again. And they're actually just dead. We actually just don't even need to cast the risk factor in here. They're just dead to this Warlord's Fury. And like we were gonna risk factor, ditch Arclight Phoenix, draw 3 more cards and then attack with Arclight Phoenix to deal 2 more. This deck's a lot of fun. If you're looking for a... I think this deck's uniquely fun, but it's also a good budget choice to build into blue-red Drakes. So, like, the only mythics in this deck are Phoenix, and the only... there's 2 rares, Risk Factor, and Steam-Kin. So it's 8 rares and 4 mythics, which you could build those, then eventually build into Drakes. I also just think this deck's a hoot. I think this is a mulligan. It's only got 1 cantrip in it. We're on the play. You probably build this deck without Risk Factor too. Okay, I'm gonna do Field first here. I'm gonna do Field first. Hopefully this is just a 3-2 so my Field can block it. Nope. I'm gonna hang on to the Crash Through for a hot second, so I can use it to trigger my Runaway Steam-Kin next turn. I just made a deck to only see the Crucible animation. Yeah, it's really good. I think this is a pretty free block. Moment of Craving doesn't punish us. Like, Moment of Craving plus Fungal Infection can punish us, but that's pretty narrow. Maybe I'm supposed to hold this and just Lightning Strike this turn. Yeah, this is probably loose. I should probably just Lightning Strike this turn. The Crash Through is valuable for flipping my Phoenix back into play down the line. Yeah, I think that was a mistake on my part. They have a removal spell here too. Yep. Espergorio doesn't, the Surveil card doesn't solve any problems that Espergorio has. Espergorio's problem is that it's clunky and bad. We do have Lightning Strike mana now, you're not wrong. Things would have worked out better for me though if I would have just passed the turn there though, because if I would have just passed the turn, I would have gotten the land from my thing and then Risk Factored them at end of turn, and then had Lightning Strike plus Crash Through in my hand. So I'm gonna have a hard time bringing my Phoenix back this game because my sequencing was bad. Well, their hand must be pretty medium if they're finding back just Shadelight Ranger here. Cast Boros Charm. How much democracy to play mono mythics for the animations? I don't know. It depends on how many mythics I have to craft. I guess that's actually probably a pretty good read. It's likely they have more Fine Finalities in their hand. Just mono Carnage Tyrants. This blocks a 1/1 and threatens to deal a lot of extra damage. if they have a way to take Guttersnipe out here. Now, I assume they're taking 4 here, rather than giving us cards. It'd be pretty bad for them to give us cards here, I think. Yeah, I think that's like the correct play from them. I think we likely would have won this game if I'd have sequenced my spells better earlier. That turn I played the Crash through instead of just passing with 2 mana up after playing the Steam-Kin was really bad. So now I have to block here, and then I have 4 draws to draw a Lightning Strike. I have 3 Lightning Strikes in my deck. Because this next risk factor is obviously going to draw us 3 cards. Cantrips into birds also wins, that is correct. That's true, we just hit two castable spells here. Alright, any instant or sorcery. Ding. This deck is such gas. Caw-caw! Sha. Beep. We did hit the 100 Harrys, people checking it out. How we doing, folks? Welcome. Almost 1,200 people here. Hope everyone's having a good Thursday everywhere else in the world. Good Turkey Day in the US. This is a Blasting Cannons matchup. This is a Lava Coil matchup. Marty, I don't remember how to sideboard. What are we doing in this matchup? What green-black just click submit? Do I want Lava Coil on the draw? Maybe it was just click submit. The shocks are kind of bad, right? The blasting cannons are mostly for the control matchup, but your control matchup's pretty reasonable anyways. So if you want to forego those, that's fine. Yeah, if they're a wild growth walker build, I definitely want all the lava coils. I'm just gonna try like this. Less is more, probably. You can find my deck list on screen via the Stream Decker widget. You can also type !deck in chat to get a link to the deck list directly. Nah, usually you just want to ignore the planeswalkers. Nah, just kill them. We're not a grindy deck. We're a kill them deck. We're playing Blasting Cannon over Frenzy because our deck plays a bunch of cards that draw cards. So playing cards off the top of your deck that draw cards into a hand which you can't play cards from is really bad. What's the best way to learn to sideboard? The best way to learn to sideboard is when you're in the sideboarding process, instead of trying to figure out which cards to bring in and which cards to bring out specifically, put all 75 cards into your main deck and then find the 15 worst cards to remove. Don't think of it as, I need to remove 1 card to add 1 card. The reason why sideboarding is so difficult is because sideboarding is really a deck building exercise. You have 75 cards in front of you, and you want to build the best 60 card deck from the 75 cards you have in front of you. The Spyglass is there for Teferi. The Teferi decks tend to have enough answers that you can't just kill them, so you want to shut them down. Yes, with the old redirect rule, risk factor would hit planeswalkers, that is correct. That's a beating. Really wanted to ditch this bird. I just strike this elf. I'm gonna strike this elf and just slow their development down here a little bit. I didn't respond to deck queue submissions yesterday or the day before. I've been working a lot of hours, so I'll probably respond this evening. I don't respond to deck queue submissions every day. I worked for like 12 hours yesterday, so I was just like not doing deck submissions after that. There's Grixis Dragons after this. Yes, the decks in the stream title are the order in which they're going to be played today. So we just started this deck played for about 20 minutes, so we'll probably be playing this for another hour 15 or so, and then we'll move along to Grixis Dragons. That is one way to do it, the Rex. And like, if your deck's built properly, you will have the same number of cards that are bad in a matchup as you have good ones in the sideboard. But a lot of decks aren't constructed with that much forethought. Rude. Ooh, less rude. Don't you love when your shock draws a card, chat? I like when my shock draws a card. Rawr. Any chance we get to play Modern today? No, today is an all-standard stream. Savraska. Can I please throw these towards red-white goblins? I'd like to see it played after dragons / before I go to work. Yeah, that's fine. Thanks for the support, Zakalanche. It's already in the schedule for today anyways. I could shuffle it around. I shaved my face as part of a promotion for the Harry's Razor sponsorship that we have going on. So Harry's Razor is one of the sponsors for my stream. You see them scrolling on the banner up over there. And we had 100 people use my Harry's Razor's code, so I shaved my face using my wonderful Harry's Razor. Ding. Ding. This deck is gas. This deck is just pure gas. Got it. So sponsorships that I have on stream vary depending on what the product is that's being promoted and stuff like that. So like the Harry's Razors, for instance, they give me an upfront signing bonus for initially putting the banner up on my stream and promoting them, and then I get a commission for every individual person that purchases their product using my code. So that's why the 100 people was the goal for me to shave my face, because that gives me more revenue from the sponsorship. Are we gonna see me more on the SCG Tour next year? Nope, I have no intentions of returning to play Paper Magic. The SCG Tour is basically the team tour / modern tour, and I really don't like team tournaments, and modern is less good than standard, so not a lot of incentive to do that. Guttersnipe, coffees for closers, and Guttersnipe is getting himself a cup of joe. Marty, can I keep this? Can I keep this, Marty? This hand's, like, incredibly good with lands. Like, and this is, so, like, we mulliganed a hand earlier that was like this, but this hand is different because this hand is really good with lands. It doesn't need lands and spells, it only needs lands. I'm gonna gamble. Greed is good. Not only, well, we only have 20 lands in our deck, but I have seven more 1-mana cantrips. And I'm a professional, so we're gonna hit the land. Well, to be fair, Modern was the best because Standard was dog poop, right? So like Modern's always had like some feel bads in it. It's just we didn't have a better alternative. Yeah, and Standard allows me to play an Arena. And Arena content is just far more popular than non. Do you still enjoy playing Modern? Yeah, if I didn't enjoy playing Modern, I'd stop taking money to play it. I would not continue playing it on stream if there weren't some fun games in it. And like, I've never liked all of Modern, right? Like, it's always been kind of a joke on this stream that we concede matches aggressively when we play Modern, right? And the reason why I concede matches aggressively when I play Modern is there's a lot of matches that just aren't fun to play, in my opinion. And that's okay. Like, you know, there's still fun games to be had in Modern. You just have to, like, sort through some dog poop to get to the fun games. So they could kill this Guttersnipe here, but I'm going to try and be a little bit greedy here and try and stick to the second Guttersnipe before I play this Warlord's Fury. Which matches are those? Generally ones that involve Dredge. I actually might come to Dallas. Dallas might be one I go to because it's Standard. I don't think we're ever going to see Modern on Arena. I think we're going to see a new non-rotating format, and gosh, am I hyped for a new non-rotating format. Land, mountain. Gosh, we're just so incredibly unlucky, chat. We should file for compensation of some sort. We're so unlucky. Not professional enough. The Tron button, we got Modern. Yep, Blood Moon. Just like, these are just like things we've been talking about for years, it feels like. No second Doom Whisperer, please. Just cast something stupid like a Vraska. Oh no! The final countdown. Do-do-do-do. We are very dead. Do-do-do-do. Be-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. I think we're done, so chat. Yeah. Yep. All right, so we're gonna 5 them at end of turn, and then we have 4. If we draw another Lightning Strike, we might steal this, depending on what their hand is. Their hand is a bunch of clunk and not removal spells. We could be in this. I love this deck, it's great. I should have cast this first. I messed up. I missed a point of damage. Am I gonna lose by 1 point of damage? I'm gonna lose by 1 point of damage, right? They messed up first. They should have done this on their turn. I'm gonna lose by 1 point of damage, aren't I? Oh my god, I'm literally gonna lose by 1 point of damage. God, I punched it. Ah, we were so close. We were so close. There's a Phoenix in our bin. So the mistake, for those that don't know what it is, and we only had the chance to make this mistake because our opponent made a mistake to begin with. If I would have played the cantrip first, I could have responded to the Vraska's Contempt with both Lightning Strikes, which would have given me 3 triggers off of my Electrostatic Field. So I missed 1 point of damage there off my Electrostatic Field with my sequencing, and then they lived at 1 health. It's just how it goes, you know? I'm gonna go ahead and just submit on the play. I'm not gonna hedge Lava. I'm not gonna hedge Wild Growth Walker. So very, very close. There's so many games like that in this where it's just like, it was so close. And that's the big difference between this and Modern. I feel like a lot of games in Modern, it's just like, well, that was a landslide victory. We just won by a lot or lost by a lot. Yeah, I look my age without the beard. I look 27. The giant demon has trample, so we were in fact just dead. Why is the deck queue slowed? The deck queue gets slowed every time I hit 90 decks in the deck queue. So when I get down to 20 standard decks, I will unslow the standard portion. And when I get down to 20 modern decks, I will unslow the modern portion. Pick your favorite cantrip, opponent. Enjoy. This hand was far more keepable than the last one, even. Like, this hand had 4 cantrips in it, so it's, like, perfectly fine. I'm gonna hold these for post Guttersnipe. Feels like the deck queue will never reach as low as 20. It does. It does 20 per format. And decks still get added while it's slowed. Wow, this is good for us. Wow, so we get to go Tormenting Voice, Ditch Phoenix, Draw Step plus this. So we just need to find a mountain and like 4 draws here to put the bird into play. Perfect. Hit it right off the bat. Yeah, the Sultai Artifacts deck is a lot of fun. I like it a lot. It's my favorite control deck in the format, I think. I love when my shocks draw cards, don't you, chat? Pew pew. Man, Boros Charm ain't got nothing on my 5 damage lightning strikes, huh? Oh, poor Gutty boy. Poor Gutsy boy. Alright, so I think I'm gonna pump my brakes for a half second here. Am I? Nope. No, we are not. Am I? Maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I feel like I'm far enough ahead here that I could do this. I think I'm gonna kill their Brasket, put them to 9. This seems fine for me. No, the birds do not have to be in the bin to know how many spells you've cast that turn. Well, they are super dead. I think this deck can be standard competitive. Yeah, I think it's doing something objectively powerful. Oh no, please don't take my risk factor. How will I ever win the game if you do that, opponent? Oh no, please, not my risk factor, opponent. Should they have taken the lightning strike? Yeah, I think so. Kill it with fire! Gotta get that sweet, sweet value in. Get the lethals. Kill the creature, get the lethals. Alright, game 3 on the draw. So on the draw, I think I'm gonna bring in Lava Coils because sometimes we have to be a little bit more controlling if they have an aggressive start. So just swap the shocks for the Lava Coils on the draw. If they were, all roads led to Rome there, chat. I just wanted to kill their creature because I've not put it together yet, G-Goat. I don't build the build-around decks until the donations are made and they're at the top of the queue. Sometimes, a lot of times there are a lot of people who submit decks through the forum, and then I tell them, yes, I will play this, and then they never send money, so I don't put thought into things. It's showing up on your bank statement. Can you DM me, and can you send me an email from the email that the PayPal was associated with? Sometimes I miss them. I don't remember seeing one for that, though. This isn't good enough, right? Double risk factor's clunky. This isn't good, but I'm gonna keep it. Sorry about that, G-Goat, if I missed it. Oh, you're totally right, G-Goat. It was on the 15th. Man, I feel really bad. That should have come up already. Fuck. Yep, I definitely have it in my donation history. Yeah, if you ever add something, this is a good general note for anybody. If you ever send me money to add something to the queue and it's not in the queue by the next morning, you should message me. That's not being annoying. I add things, as soon as I'm sent money, I add them to the queue at the end of the stream. So there's very little delay after you send me money when I actually add it to the queue donation spreadsheet. So if it doesn't get added to the donation spreadsheet within 24 hours of you sending me a donation, that means I missed it and you're not being annoying by poking me. In fact, most of the time when that, in fact, basically every time when that happens and I miss something, I give it extra points as a sorry I missed it. What's the cup filling towards in the bottom left? It's just a generic tip cup. It collects all the bits and donations and things that people send. Build around decks around a specific card or theme are more expensive than donation decks because I have to put in effort to build them. So build around donation decks are a minimum of a $50 donation. Normal decks, if you do the legwork and build the deck yourself, it's only a $10 donation. Details on how my deck submission process works can be found here. All right. All right. This guy's dead next turn, unfortunately. Boop. Really hoping to draw a 1 or 2 mana red spell here. Perfect. All right, so let's do this. And then this will be a 3/3. And then I can strike here and attack them for 4. And then I'll be able to risk factor off of the mana from this. Steam-Kin's so disgusting when it gets going. The Steam factor, the risk factor Steam-Kin interaction is also just absurd. They don't have a removal spell here. They're going to be in big trouble. Yeah, deal. No, I don't think so. They would have traded their 4/3 for it, which would have been bad for us. It's a shame we don't have one more card in hand. Okie doke. Alec, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here with that this month. I wonder if they gain life here. Yeah, I think they gain 1 so that way they don't die to this. You're also probably like, see if they have removal here or not. Yeah, they can't afford to attack if they don't have a removal spell. Okay. I think the opponent played this really well. I think their choice to never give us cards is a very good one. What's going on, Nivik? You too, mate.
The ends justify.
No, I don't think so. I'm out of gas at this point, so I'd much rather just hedge my Steam-Kins being larger, I think, rather than having extra mana up. Because I think the way my opponent played it was good, and they're not going to What's what I'm searching for? They're not going to. This isn't ult till 9, right? Yeah. They're gonna take 4 from risk factor. All right, this attack means Phoenix is lethal, which is sweet. I think the opponents just played this well. I think the playing with their health total the way they did and then not giving us the chance to like draw a bunch of stuff and chain off was very, very good. The swing was risky. I agree. The swing was risky. I like all the rest of the choices that they've made though. Life is a resource, not a scoreboard. Yep. Firm agree.
This has its rewards.
Alright, so we got lightning strikes and risk factors in our deck that are great here. Lightning strikes and risk factors, chat. Lightning strikes and risk factors. I think they attack with one whisper here at this point. Yeah, we're dead. They have a Jade Light Ranger in their hand that's going to gain them 6. They also have Vraska on 10. Yeah, and that was the Steam-Kins really got going there, but it really showed how we kind of needed like one of our Lava Coils or Guttersnipes to like push extra points of damage with our things. It was like just dealing 4 with the risk factors wasn't quite enough. Yeah, the opponent also made really good gameplay choices that game. I like the way the only thing I didn't like from their side was the attack with the 6/6 that gave us an out to draw Arclight Phoenix for that one turn. But I liked pretty much all the other decisions our opponent made that game. This deck is in tune with me. We always draw the mountain. Except earlier or offline, do I get to add points to deck? You do, Iratna. Thank you for the support. Yeah, just drop me a message in private or just post here in chat and make sure that I acknowledge it so you know I saw it. And let me know I'll bump something up by 10 points for you. My tier 2 subs support me extra so they get points into the queue every month when they renew. Man, if they don't have a sweeper or a way to, if they don't kill some of these, we're gonna go Electrostatic Field next turn and just like Tormenting Voice for you. Just no blocks, no blocks, no blocks. I didn't want to get destroyed there by like a Fiery Cannonade. Now, as part of the deal, we got 100 people check out the Harry's campaign. I was gonna shave my face with my wonderful Harry's razors, so I am many things, chap, but I am not a liar. So, man of my word. No blocks. Leave my board alone. You are not about to, yeah, you are not about to race what's going on here. Don't mind me, just tripping. Don't mind me, just tripping. Boros Charm wishes it was half as good as we are. Did we just like full 20 them this turn? We full 20'd them this turn, right? Because they were at 16 and we have 4 more here. I think we 21 them. Seemed decent for this side of the table. Do I want Fight with Fire in this matchup? Killing their X5 seems potentially very good. I think there's a good chance we're not going to have time to risk factor here, so I'm going to trade 2 of those out. The kids actually didn't care. We actually set up to record a reaction video because we thought that they might be funny with it, but both of them were just like, couldn't care less. How much does this deck cost in paper? I'm not sure. Phoenixes cost a non-zero amount of money. MTG Finance did a number on Phoenixes. The MTG Finance cartel, making players' lives worse. Keep. On the draw, bolt the bird. You put my points towards ad nauseum? Definitely. Thank you for the support. I think I'm going to do... I need to talk to my boss and find out when I can add a stream this weekend, but I'm planning to do a stream at some point over the weekend. What's the last paper card I bought? I bought Assassin's Trophy when those spoiled. Because I played them at the week 1 open, but then I sold them. Do Warhammer cards count? I've bought a ton of Warhammer cards recently. Because the Warhammer cards, you can buy paper cards to play in their digital client because their integrations are awesome. Haven't been able to be as consistent as some of you guys like, but always happy to be back when I can. Thank you, Phil. 6 months is pretty consistent. I appreciate that. And if you have any gaps in your sub, in January, I'm excited to see how many more swords we get in Hoaglandia. Because in January, they're changing how Twitch subs are counted, and it's just total months, not streak-based. You still need to borrow any paper cards for SCG. I think I'm set. Dan in chat is sending me blue-black pirates to play, and I already have a copy of green-black elves to play. Another subscriber, Isha, sent me most of that one. All right, 0-4, good against 3-3. I'm gonna start with Warlord's Fury here, because if this draws me an instant or sorcery that costs 1 or 2, I can bring my Arclight backs. It's really unfortunate. If I would have brought my Arclight back, I probably would have been able to win this, but I think without bringing my Arclight back this turn, I'm probably gonna be too far gone. My wife hates the clean-shaven look, that's why I have a beard normally. I don't really care how I look. I don't really care how I look. Well, you don't get random extra emotes, Kuntz. You only have the benefits for the ones that you're currently sub to. But like the ones you're currently sub to, you'll have the record of as long as you've been subbed. All right, so this is 12, 15. This was a bad attack. Yeah, don't block, go to 1, we untap and we kill them. Yeah, this was my opponent did a math was for blockers attack here and died because of it. I think they died because of it. Are we 1 short? No, we have exactly lethal, right? Yeah, I have 8. My opponent said math was for blockers, and then we solved the equation. How are we doing, folks? Good morning, good afternoon. Is it terrifying seeing my face in a larger box? It might be terrifying. How are we doing? My name's Jeff Hoagland. If you're new, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Happy Thanksgiving if you're in the United States. Happy Turkey Day. If you're in the rest of the world, happy Thursday. You're almost to the end of your week. Thanks. Big shout out as always. The thing I'm most thankful for today is my wonderful community here. Y'all are great. It's kind of been absurd this past year being able to do this as a job, and my subs out there and the people that send in deck donations and all of y'all are the reason that I'm able to have this be my job. So thanks for all of that. Past subscribing and sending in decks, the best way you can support my content is by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. Some of you may be wondering why my face is currently clean shaven. Harry's Razors is the reason why my face has this nice, smooth, clean shave. Using code Jeff Hoagland at bit.ly/HoogleShave, you can save $5 in your brand new starter kit with them. We had 100 people check them out using my code, so the deal was I'd clean shave my face for the first time in 2 years as part of that. Cardsphere.com would love to help you turn your cards into other cards or to the players. There's no haggling, and they just take 1% fee off of the top. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags with them. And of course, I'd like to welcome everyone out there to Hooklandia. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on the internet and Twitch especially, and I appreciate you choosing to spend part of your day here with us. If you find yourself enjoying my content and you want to see more of it after I'm done later today, be sure to check out my website, jeffhoagland.com. You can find tons of deck lists and past streams and stuff like that up there. We're heading down into our next match here with the mono red Steam-Kin deck. Because of you, I sold my Colonnades. There's someone who's smart. Smart players don't register Celestial Colonnade. What do you think about damage marked in creatures appearing to reduce toughness in arena? I mean, it doesn't appear to reduce the toughness. It's marked in red, so it obviously indicates that it has damage on it. I think showing the current amount of toughness a creature has remaining makes a lot of sense from an intuitive standpoint. Can we find a high-res picture of clean shaven, Jeff? All right, that's all you're getting. That's all you're getting. I'm gonna keep this here. Available as an in-game avatar. No, not quite. Oh no! Are we getting pirated, chat? We might be getting pirated. Our deck has a lot of instants and sorceries in it, so it's kind of fortunate for us that they didn't hit one there with that. All of the decks on the queue today are standard. So the Green Black Elves deck is standard. I'm not sure we're going to get to everything in the queue today. We might only get to 2 or 3 more after this. I think I'm only streaming till about 4:30 or so. Christy. And it's not because we have grand family plans. I think Christy wants to go Black Friday shopping tonight. Chupacabra, rude. Wait, you killed my Runaway Steam-Kin and not my Guttersnipe? Have a little goddamn respect for the Guttersnipe opponent. I hope you survive. I don't go Black Friday shopping. She's going Black Friday shopping. I'm gonna hang out at home. But I have to hang out with the kids after, you know, kids don't go to sleep till like 8 o'clock. I might pop back on for a second stream after the kids go to bed tonight if she's still out. So I can do this, and then I can crash through, and then I can use the mana from this to play Arclight Phoenix. Oh, that's good. Ricola, thank you for the brand new Prime support. Now, there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Welcome. That's a pretty good turn. Pretty good. Pretty good, not bad. Pretty good, not bad. Do I want to smash? I kind of want to smash. Figure it out. Hey, Loodles, thank you for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, they milled a risk factor. Well, ain't that fantastic? Thanks, Thief of Sanity. I take back all those bad things I've ever said about you. You gave me something to do with this extra land. Hey, Fish. MTG, thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. Welcome, welcome. So, I know risk factor was just really good there, but I think I'm gonna cut it on the draw here. I think I just want all these Lava Coils, so that way I can kill their Thief of Sanities most consistently. Hope you're having a good Thursday, Fish. Or happy Thanksgiving if you're in the United States. Yeah, it seems great. Thought erasure, but I liked my thoughts, opponent. Putting together my setup to start my own MTG stream. Any advice for new streamers / how do you decide who to host? I generally just host people who are online and playing the same format that I'm playing when I'm done. Sometimes I have stuff lined up with people in advance, but a lot of the time I don't. So if you look at my stream schedule and you think you'll be playing some of the same formats that I'm playing when I'm wrapping up on a given day, feel free to drop me a message. I'm happy to host new people. Morning, Frodo. Woof! Alright, so they're a control deck, huh? The old Ritual of Soot Kite Sail freebooter deck. I did get that fresh shave with my Harry's Razor. Morning, Ian. I'm gonna hold this land in my hand. Am I? Yeah, I have Tormenting Voice in my deck. I boarded out the risk factors, but I have Tormenting Voice in my deck. Jeskai Control running Dive Down for Niv literally just won the last Grand Prix. We're pretty dead. I'm gonna go to the next game. Huh. So, they turned into a more controlling deck than I was expecting to do. I'm not gonna shill again, because I know we just shilled, but Magic Arena has taken a quick nap, so I'm reloading it here. Will Grixis Dragons today have dive downs in it? Nope. No, I don't think so. I don't think I really want dive down in that deck. I think I'd rather just keep more controlling elements in it. So, anywho, I think I'm going to take these Lava Coils back out and put these risk factors back. Honestly, the blasting cannons might be good too. If they're on sweepers, I'm gonna cut these Runaway Steam-Kins and do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, but like, I think the Dragon's deck dumpsters the control decks anyways. So like boarding a bunch of extra cards that are kind of narrow for like your matchups that are already good doesn't seem fantastic. Yeah, the range on what's defined as a millennial is pretty wide. Halfway to my real sword. 6 more months of memes. Sergeant Fane, thank you for the half a year. Welcome back. Would I have to pay to put the beard back on? Unlike the hair on my head, which has stopped growing in, my beard will grow back. So we'll be back to normal-ish Jeff in a week or so. What's going on, Red Berry? You've been doing some good stuff yourself. Good work at Milwaukee. Hope you're having a good one for you and yours. What do I think about the Lich deck in Standard? I think it's worse than the, like, the Fog and different Nexus decks that we've played, the Esper Amulet deck. I think it's really good against the... It's really good against the green-black midrange decks, but there's a lot more than just green-black in the format. Yeah, I think we're supposed to try and hit a land there. You're the best.
I'm awesome.
You're the best. My wife brought me lunch because she's wonderful. Oh, and they're eating my risk factor. Gross. Iceman, thanks for the 3-month resub. Welcome back. I appreciate it. I didn't shock the lifelinker because it represents counters on my Runaway Steam-Kin later. I'm probably not going to aggro them out of this game, so I think I need to try and grind it a little bit and get a little bit bigger here. Alright, so I'm going to attack first here, and then post-combat we'll play an Arclight Phoenix. Definitely not looking good for our hero here, though. So, straight to mirror hasn't found a ton of success in this current standard format. So there really isn't an established stock or best Demir list, basically. Gobble gobble, Mr. Hat. Got Pirate's Pillage. Oh, is this the Sam Black thing? Sam Black played something like this at the Grand Prix, right? So I probably need to be lightning striking these, right? Did I just kill both of these and take their clock off the table? I think I killed both of these and just take their clock off the table. Yeah, I like splashing into Sultai a lot in blue-black as well. I agree that you just, like, need flexible answers to be able to kill problem permanents. Things aren't looking good for our hero, chat. Goodbye, Guttersnipe. You were too pure for this world. The kids were actually indifferent. They didn't really care. We're done 10. They're going 6. Yep. I think we're just dead no matter how I slice this here. Fiery Cannonades out of the sideboard, about to come in and do some work here. Why should I play out Guttersnipe? What does that accomplish? It just dies. Just like has Siege Gang activate and kill it. We're just dead on board. They attack us for 6 and then blast us for 2. Get in my deck, Cannonades. Lightning Strike seems pretty mediocre. I'm gonna bring in the blasting cannons to grind them out a little bit. I think that's probably better than these risk factors. Let's give this a try. The Goblin token stuck on my screen for the deck plugin. Refresh your browser should do it. Or you should also be able to like deactivate and reactivate the Deckmaster plugin. Yeah, I think they were supposed to let me draw 3 that last turn. I couldn't do both things. That's not how Jumpstart works. So turn 2 will be Voice, ditch the Arclight, hopefully find some lands. Ooh, at least we found a 2-mana spell to play, I guess. Double Cannonade's probably pretty good. Awkward. I might ditch Guttersnipe here, actually, because he's pretty fragile. Just really want to find some land drops. Ideally, we want to get to Blasting Cannon on curve. Man, that's brutal. Alright, third Cannonade's the charm. Oh, no. I didn't do this. That's fine. Doesn't give them the chance to shock it when we Cannonade. So, don't want to take 8 here. Gonna trade Cannonade for their 2/2s. Yeah, that's probably a fair assessment. Especially on the draw, Guttersnipe's probably going to have diminishing returns. Yeah, the standard format's got a lot of awesome decks in it. We're not just dead here. If we can flip this Blasting Cannon, we could have a shot here. I get to do this. I get to do this. I get to do this. I get to shock the Siege Gang Commander. And then next turn, I actually want to hold on to this for bringing back my thing later. So next turn I can go cannon this plus shock it. So do you feel about Modern now so do you feel about Modern about how you used to feel about Legacy? No, the reason I dislike Legacy is completely different from the reason that I don't like games in Modern. But my feelings on Modern haven't changed. Modern's the same as it's always been. Modern's always been a format where there are a ton of games that you just don't get to play. It's just how the format works. There's nothing wrong with that, but like, it's so funny to me how people are like, man, Jeff really hates Modern all of a sudden. It's like, no, I've always been very honest about what Modern is and what I think Modern is. Like, we've always conceded tons of matches in Modern. Cannonade plus double shock Lyra. Oh, yeah, I think you're right that that was better. I was so focused on getting to play my cards that the thing drew that I missed that. I think you're correct that that was the better line. Streaming's a lot like being a parent. You have to repeat yourself a lot. I didn't Cannonade plus the 3 damage lane, so I don't have enough mana to do that. This costs 3 mana to activate. Oh, did I discard a land? Oh, I discarded a land, right? Maybe that's better? Yeah, that's probably better. The answer to why didn't you make the good play is usually I missed it. Yep, that would have been much better. And then honestly, if I would have taken the second Lyra off the table, we probably could have ground through their giant health total with the cannon. We're gonna be done with this deck. I'm off of it. Yep. I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna lose a bunch of viewers here. The people that just like, I like how we just said I was distracted and missed it. And then while I was talking about being distracted and missed it, there were a bunch of people that were like, a bunch of people are just like doubling down on it. Just, I made a mistake. I was doing two things at once, like I always am. Streaming is always doing two things at once, and I missed the line. Chat is entirely correct, and I missed the line, and then I missed it again because I was talking about how I missed it, and that's just what happened there. So that's how things goes. The deck is fine. You can win. You can win some matches. You could lose some matches. It has a powerful, proactive game plan. It gets to play defense a little bit with things like Electrostatic Field. Any game where you get to untap with Guttersnipe, you like run people into the ground. All right, moving along. Grixis Dragons is next.